You know who's not really close to what they're capable of doing right now is the Winnipeg Jets offense. Just how bad have things been for them lately? Blake Wheeler, no goals in 17. Kyle Connor, no goals in 10. Mark Scheifele has gone without a goal in his last 5. The Jets have been shut out 5 times this season. And more amazingly, it's happened 4 times in the last 21 games overall. And over that same stretch, they've been held to 1 goal 3 different occasions. Jeff, no love for the Jets offense right now. Since Valentine's Day, they're 29th in the league in scoring. And this is from a team that's got some great goal-scoring talent. What goes on in an NHL dressing room when they just can't produce like this?
I just can't believe, Gene, that they're actually on that board with some of those terrible teams. Yeah. I've always, the last 5 to 7 years, pumped the tires of the depth and the quality of offensive players the Winnipeg Jets have and how they can come at you in waves. And for them to be on that board, and you're talking about one of my favorite players in the league, and Kyle Connor, the drought he's going through. Scheifele's not scoring right now. Wheeler hasn't been on the board in a long time. And it's just weird, similar to the Calgary Flames, that all of them are doing it at the same time. It's the last breath I'm going to take about the Winnipeg Jets as a believer. I keep talking about them saying maybe they can have that Washington Capitals vibe where it's like one last breath here and we could make a run for this thing. But they don't look like they're ready to do that right now, Gene.
No, you know, Jeff, you're right. I mean, the players that you named, when they go cold like that, it doesn't matter what team we're talking about in the National Hockey League. You're talking about the nucleus of the offense of the Winnipeg Jets, and you can throw Piere-Luc Dubois into that frame as well. When all those players go cold, well, as much as it sounds cliche, those are your best players, and they're not performing in Winnipeg right now. You're right. I mean, Kyle Connor is in a slump. That's uncharacteristic of Kyle Connor. You look at Mark Scheifele. He's missing his spark. Why? That's up to Mark Scheifele to figure out why. Piere-Luc Dubois, we get it. He's been injured, back in the lineup, injured again, now back in the lineup. But Blake Wheeler, he's an older player, and he's more of a support player at this stage of his career. But then you got to look at the defense as well. Josh Morrissey, I mean, the nickname was Josh Norrisy for a good amount of the season to this point because of the numbers that he put up, and he seems to have hit a wall as well. It feels like they rely so much on the goaltending of Connor Hellebuyck. Hellebuyck has been very, very good, I would say, through most of this season, but he doesn't have the Superman cape anymore, and it kind of feels like if those top players don't get it going again, that might be the only thing that keeps Winnipeg in this mix.
And Darren, the other thing they're having difficulty doing is I watched them live last week play in Tampa Bay. They came out with the victory. They looked pretty solid, but they just can't follow it up. They'll go and play a garbage team and lose points. It's like any kind of thing they try to build momentum off of, they just can't do it. I don't know if it's because the goaltender's not on his game or what needs to happen, but they just can't build on any success in small portions.